we all feeling out there? Let's cleanse this space with the singing bowl. And as we do so, we have the $2 note going in the singing bowl that represents our uncommon abundance in our lives. While we ring the singing bowl, we simultaneously give gratitude towards and invite more of that uncommon abundance back into our lives. Now, while I cleanse this energetic space as well as with this singing bowl, I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, focusing on the intent of today's divinely guided rune reading of Venus entering Libra. Check the description box below for more of that insight of Venus moving into Libra and different aspects. All right, beautiful stuff. I love getting those few deep breaths in, and really just it centers so nicely for the rune reading. So let's jump right on in. First off, right off the bat, we're coming from this place of abundance. Okay, so we're celebrating a little bit more of that abundance. This is also in the last rune reading where we had Fehu here. This is the rune of cattle, right? Money, wealth, abundance. As we acquire or inherit more of that abundance, more responsibilities, more opportunities for investment come through, more channels open up to us, and so do the responsibilities. So we're coming from this beautiful place of our knowing our worth, knowing our abundance in these past energies. So on the now energies, yeah, we're celebrating that abundance, right? This is Wunjo. This is P for pleasure, right? This is that clan flag at the top of the hill. All of those energies of success, the joy, the celebration, the gratitude, the helping each other, right? This celebrating one another. This is a really beautiful energy to be in. This joy that you are in right now. Wunjo has you wanting to celebrate in very healthy ways, right? Very grounded ways. Awesome. So the next energy is moving into this Venus, moving into Libra here, has our worth set firm in our joy and our pleasure and in our foundation. So we're working a little bit more with solidifying our, this is, I think, more like our sense of identity, like how we're shifting our sense of identity, how we view and appreciate our things in life, like our abundance, our joy and our pleasure, and our foundations. Moving forward, this is Othala. This is the rune of inheritance, income, as well. So you have 2 runes here that also hint to income, the joy and pleasure thereof, as well, is always very nice. Okay, so this is where we're going to start to see some of the portal from the 888 Lionsgate portal, some of that stuff starting to unfold for us. Now it has to get a little bit worse before it gets a little better. So now Othala has us really into our practices of making sure we have that strong foundation, that strong legacy to pass on, right? What are we leaving behind for future generations? Is it a spiritual practice or belief? Is it a paradigm, a way of thinking, like pay it forward, right? Or is it something like an actual piece of land or something more transitory, like financial wealth, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, action taken for the best outcome. This is a swift, thorough rune of action. This is Theresas. This can be translated as Thor's hammer, or a thorn, or a giant. Now that giant hill is what comes and blocks our path. It has to be summited quickly before we lose our energy and fall back down, repeat life lessons. This thorn needs to get pulled out all the way too, right? Or else we can get an infection. This Thor's hammer, though, it also looks like a hammer that strikes with that, like Mjolnir, that lightning strike swiftness, that thorough energy, that very decisive, clear-cut action, right? You know your worth. You know where your joy is. You know your foundation, and now you're either called to defend it or, push it forward, grow it some more, and stand firm in your convictions here. So Theorisas can build or destroy. I also beg to differ that it can also protect. So I really do think this is possibly protecting your stance, your thoughts, your beliefs, how you view abundance. Yeah. So thoughts, feelings, and emotions are in our divine downloads, our divine connection, our communication. This Mercury retrograde's been doing a number on us, right? So with our anchor being in this foundations, this being directly across from that foundations in Othala, this is beautiful because Ansus, this rune here, this godlike communication is that divine prophetic dream work, the downloads, the godlike communication, the connection to divine, paying attention to those signs from spirit, the communication from spirit. Also, the communication with others. Is that healthy communication? Let it pass through that great love filter before you make a decision, okay? Am I swiftly moving recklessly? Or am I doing it from my foundation, knowing my worth? Is this divinely guided, or am I slipping into ego a little bit here with this Theorisas? This is really good to get into your head about with this divine connection. So when you do feel like you're overthinking and you have all those thoughts, concerns, feelings, take it to divine. Yeah, take it to source. Get into meditation, quiet your thoughts, right? Look for the answers or something better. Add that tagline or something better at the end when you're manifesting, when you're asking for what you want. What do you want the clarity to, right? Or your next steps to be. What do we risk losing here is more of our identity. This is really right across from Wunjo, right? So this is manas. This is that cyclical nature of life, that circle of life kind of thing. But you also see this as two clan flags opposing one another. This incites other than. So it looks for the labels. So this is directly across from your pleasure. The pleasure doesn't necessarily care about or need the labels or care about anyone's else's effort. They just care about celebrating together. Right, this is more of that. This could be the joining of clan flags, but this is to me more of that identity wrapped up into some of this. So is this a healthy identity? You have a lot of abundance that you're celebrating and moving forward into proactively letting it grow. And so then with your divine guidance, you're wondering, okay, what's this label that I can put on this thing? This may be asking you to not necessarily put a label on it right away, that the answers will just come when they need to come. Yeah. And as a result, you are in this big learning process here with Jera. This is the rune of harvest. So as we take in our harvest, as the farmer takes in his harvest, right, or their harvest, the crop is audited, for lack of a better term here, right? So did I plant this in good soil? Did I give it enough water? Did it get enough sun? How was the weather? Did I get the right kind of seed? Right, and this is directly across from your rune of abundance. So as you're harvesting, we're reflecting back on this abundance, and why are you weighing this against this? This is going to always outweigh this. The lessons learned, whether it looks like a huge amount of profit for you or not, the lessons learned are by far more valuable when they're applied here in divinely guided ways from that strong sense of foundation. When you move it with decisive, non-ego kind of action, right? So whether you're just holding that space and protecting that space for this to grow, you've planted some seeds over here before, you've celebrated some of that wealth and abundance as you watch your crop come in. Now you need to take action to either defend it or to help it grow more. Okay, and as you do, you're taking in these beautiful lessons, right? This beautiful harvest, whether or not it's the amount, does not and should not matter. It is the quality and what you learn from it that makes all the difference. Label it all you want, but what we learn from this is what matters, is what I'm being told. So how does this relate with Venus and Libra? So Libra likes that balance of things. So this is calling for that decisive action. And for Venus and Libra, that swift, decisive action could be actually very challenging. You like it here where everything's fair and balanced and you have the strong foundation where everyone is celebrating. But when you're challenged, when you have those divine downloads, the divine communication, when you're faced with these, okay, this is new, what do I call this thing? And when we're learning these new lessons, this is where all that growth, it really lies. For this Venus and Libra season, that Libra craves that balance, and it loves being in love, right? It loves love, right? So with Venus and Libra, this is a very romantic period where we are celebrating who we're with, why we're with them. We're taking actions together and calling it whatever it is, and just learning these beautiful lessons together. That's another beautiful way to look at it, if single or otherwise. If you're looking for a yes or no answer for today's divinely guided rune reading, let's go with wait on it. It's neither a yes nor a no. This is a go within and get your answer from divine. Divine has a different answer for all of you, is what I'm being told. Okay, let's get a message of clarity from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These are messages straight from Spirit, straight from Divine, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. So Divine, please show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for us today for this divinely guided rune reading of Venus in Libra? A lot of opportunities for expressing affection coming up. So what do we need to know? Please show us clearly. What message of clarity do you have for us today for today's divinely guided rune reading of Venus and Libra? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Isn't that the truth? Perseverance. So this is probably that legacy, and you persevering, continuing on this legacy in divinely guided ways. Now we've adjusted what wealth or abundance means to us, and we've been given the abundant signs that this is okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and celebrate because this is divinely guided. All right, now we're building the foundations, and this is a call to persevere. This is beautiful stuff, y'all. As we persevere through this struggling for identification, as we're learning these lessons, as we're celebrating our harvest, this is an opportunity to come full circle and celebrate more of that abundance. So let's read about perseverance here. Says again, I know what I can do. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. As a soul, you are on a mission in this physical dimension. You are the only one who knows the correct path to take. Your intuition, your connection to spirit, is your compass. You have the power to stay the course, and you are stronger and more determined than you might first think. In order to experience many successes in life, you must mature and realize that strength within yourself and the quality of inner courage. Life doesn't just happen, we must make it happen. It's natural for us in this human school to shy away from what we believe to be difficult because we concern ourselves with how others will perceive us. We're afraid of failure, ridicule, or coming up short. Now is the time to make the proper changes and take the risks and do the things you never thought you could before. Your soul must learn to become aware of its inner strength. Live the joyfulness your soul yearns for. Carry that forward. And engage in activities you have always wanted to try but were afraid you'd fail at. Your soul would not yearn for something that you couldn't accomplish. You have the strength and the fortitude to be capable of greatness. Y'all, you heard it from Divine. You are capable of greatness. This perseverance, this really stick-to-itness, learning, developing, growing, celebrating that abundance. What a beautiful way to be. Just keeping on persevering, strengthening your inner self, your soul, your spirit, strengthening that core, that foundation. Right. These are oracle cards from the fairies. Fairies are divinely guided beings who love to assist us, and they have a card for us right away. So thank you, thank you, thank you, fairies. Yeah, be yourself. This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. Y'all, the color purple has been coming to me a lot recently, especially in this rune reading here. These cards are affirming it. So take what resonates. That'd be the number 7 or the number 9 for like lavender colors, but number 7 for like purple and pinks. Also, well, that would be the numerology. Also, it's a color of royalty, and I see this green mixed with the purple here too. So purple, something purple is tied to your abundance, your grounding. Something grounding for you is purple. So this is amethyst, that's also very grounding and healing. So maybe spend some more time around amethyst could be the message here. So let's read about Be Yourself. Again, this says, this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. You're the most powerful and effective when you're genuine and authentic with yourself and others. If you pretend to feel, act, or be something other than yourself, you lose awareness of your feelings, which are a source of important guidance. The answer to your question, if that you're asking, is be yourself. So behave. The answer to the question you are asking is be yourself. Okay. So yeah, like not a yes or a no. Go within for Divine for that answer. Divine is saying, be yourself and persevere. All right. So definitely go within for more clarity with Divine there, if you need. This says to continue, behave, speak, and even dress as you normally would, and don't worry what others think. By being your true self, you give others the opportunity to love the real you. Yeah. If you're not your authentic self and someone says, oh, I love you, then they're saying they love that fake you. And that reinforces that fake you. Why would you want that? Additional meanings for this card are trust your feelings, or a relationship improves when you let down your guard, or instead of copying others, follow your own internal guidance, or know that you are lovable, for you are, or emphasize your personal style at work as a key to business success, or trust and follow through on your ideas, and finally, fully express yourself through an artistic or creative endeavor. Beautiful stuff here, y'all. This is great. Let's see if we get that color purple to speak to us some more. Maybe that number 7. Okay. I'm seeing maybe the 7th day of the week, 7th day of the month, multiples of 7, possibly 21. All right, we have the root chakra token for our aftercare practice for today. Now, the root chakra is this foundation. This is your rooted in spiritual growth and your foundation here. This sense of identity. Also that great sense of self-worth when you're in pleasure. Also this abundance. Also this learning, right? This helps you have that spine to take that swift action, right? To have that strong fortitude, sense of will, sense of purpose in order to do so. Okay, so the root chakra solfeggio frequency is 396 hertz. That's 396. The root chakra is the first chakra, and it's located at the base of the spine. This chakra is associated with survival, safety, and security. Someone with a blocked root chakra would typically be fearful or anxious. Listening to the 396 Hz solfeggio frequency will help to stimulate the part of the subconscious brain that is associated with this blockage and to help to unearth negative belief systems and feelings residing deep in the subconscious mind. When your root chakra is unblocked, you should feel secure, connected to your body, and grounded. And the root chakra mudra and mantra, the mudra, it starts off in the prayer position, and we lock the fingers of the index and thumb together. We're making like a chain. All right, and then we have the middle finger still pointed up, and we're tucking the pinky and the ring finger back into the palm while we close the palm. And we point the south down towards our root chakra, right? And we recite the mantra LAM, L-A-M. What a beautiful rune reading, everyone. I've been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. If you'd like any of the rune jewelry that you see on set or any of the rune sets, you can message me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com or look for it on the shop at youressentialpractice.com. Also, if you'd like a rune reading one-on-one with me, we could work that out. Just message me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com there as well. All right, so that mudra and mantra is LAM for the mantra, L-A-M. It's the beautiful red energies coming from the base of our spine for that root chakra, 396 Hz solfeggio frequency. That mudra, again, we're folding in the pinky and the ring fingers, leaving the middle fingers pointed out, and then with these other two, we're making a chain with the index and thumb fingers and linking them together. Okay, and then we have the palms pushed together there. We're pushing this down towards and pointing towards our root chakra with the beautiful red colors, envisioning through our body, just filling every bit of our body with that grounded sense of security, that beautiful foundation work that you've been all doing. And now with this harvest that you're calling in, with this Venus energy, right, and Libra too at that, wow. All these expansive energies and everything really working out to your favor. Just stay divinely guided, everyone. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.